Lucky Little Learners out of Detroit Lakes. And then they do a big one in Little Falls, because we have offices in Little Falls, Alexandria, Wadena, Brainerd, Bemidji, Fergus Falls, and Moorhead, and Detroit Lakes. So all of our service are there. They're all just manned with different people. Next slide. Got laid off from work, no fault of your own. We have just look at worker. We will assist you. Once you get the emotions down, then we'll start, okay, what's your next step? It is an emotional roller coaster. Pre-COVID, we did a lot of job search workshops. Those are fun, 4-day workshops. By the time we did mock interview, resume, cover letter, and they were all ready to apply for a job. Okay. Youth programs, this is where I know the expertise of this. I work with 14 to 24-year-olds. I, right now, have 9 different school districts, down Highway 10 up to Monoman, down to Pelican Rapids. So anything from Newfoundland to Lake Park, Pelican to Monoman. One thing is the big thing is the Minnesota Youth Program. That is state funded, where we get kids to work through the Minnesota Youth Program with our employee of Rural Minnesota SEP. We pay the wages. They can work up to 29 hours a week. Right now, the wages $12.25. And then another one is in-school and out-of-school youth. Those are federal programs. We don't really, the feds make say what we have to do. 25% of our money have to be spent on in-school youth. But then out-of-school youth, we will help with tuition towards an in-demand occupation. So I funded law enforcement, business administration, construction management, elementary education. Good resource to tap into. I just have to be able to check the out-of-school youth box, so they have to be a high school graduate. So next slide. This is where we do a lot of career advising in the schools, where we meet individual or in groups. I prefer individuals, so then they have the aha moment, and just coming down to what to expect when they leave. What is a grant? What is a loan? Kids don't know that stuff. We may say they do, they don't. Because we'll get them after the fact, like, oh crap, what's this bill for now? Or I go on to school and, I don't want to go to school now, I'm $13,000 in debt. I'm working at BTD to pay for that loan. So, and I give those realistic goals on what is the demand. I'm trying nowadays, get in, get out, and get, so you don't go so far in debt. Next slide. This one is Ticket to Work. This is not my expertise. However, if they are on disability and they want to earn some work-based credit, we have somebody in every one of our offices that can sit down with an individual and see how their benefits will be affected. You have trial months, so we have Ticket to Work coordinator to help with that stuff. Next slide. Senior Employment Program, this is another one. You'll see this at the federal level and then at the state level where they're at the Senior Employment Program where we can also do like a work training with them. Short term, youth can do longer term, but to get those, just to meet some barriers, get them some funding and get them a little extra money out there too. That one's a fun program, sarcasm, but it's just a lot of hoops to jump through with that one. It's just short-lived on that. Any questions? Our programs change all the time. We got grants right now for the justice, so those that are exiting the prison system and they've been out for less than 6 months, we can get them into the working world, get their barriers, and then do that one. And so we've been awarded many grants. There's one that we just got, I don't know it, Drive for 5, but it's almost like $500,000. We just don't have the details. Probably started in January and just got the word. So. But yeah, any questions, just reach out. All the Career Force centers are manned. They're all just different.
All right, next up, we have Heather and Julie to talk about our nonprofit, the Firm Lions Club.
Imagine me in blue. We do partner a lot with you, so
We do.
It's good partnerships. So I just like to say thank you everyone for doing this and spotlighting nonprofits, which I think is amazing. So my name is Heather McKay. This is Julie.
Julie Schrader.
So I am the president of the Perham Area Community Lions, and Julie serves as the treasurer. So we've been a club for a little over 2 years now, so we're a newer club in town. Still kind of smaller, so we're trying to build up, but there is no lack of things to do. Lots of things to keep us busy. So I'm not sure if everyone's familiar with the Lions Club. It is an international organization, so worldwide. It really stands on 5 pillars, and the first pillar is diabetes, and then there's vision, hunger, the environment, and cancer. So we really try and focus on those. We don't have to, only do those. We can do other things too within the community, but those are what the club really stands on. So as far as diabetes, the things that we've done to kind of focus on that, we did give out donations of like the diabetes packs in case someone has like a crash or something. So it had the crackers and the glucose in there. And we did hand those out to some local places in town. I think the PAC took some, the library, and then the schools, public schools in town. We always try and offer a healthy option, other than, the hot dogs and the sloppy joes, just to have that healthy option also for people, some fresh fruit and vegetables, a healthy, sweet treat, so that we're kind of standing behind our word, right, what we're standing for. And then just, to have handouts, we've done that before, recipes for a healthy option, just to make people aware of, the different options out there. And then vision, we do the kids site vision testing. So me and Julie and some other people have gone to daycares in town. It's really important to kind of get those kids when they're younger. So we do those. We have done it we did it at the school this year. So Julie helped with that.
Yeah. So we have this really cool camera that can measure for nearsightedness and astigmatism and lazy eye and all sorts of different things, and we can test them as early as like 6 months. So we go over to the daycares, and it has a little chirping bird and spinny lights, and they're like, wow. And then it captures their eyesight, how they're seeing, and gives us a readout that we can share with parents so they can get early intervention.
Yeah.
So it's really, I personally really enjoy, that's one of my favorite parts of being a
So
lion.
it prints out the report and everything, and they can just take that to the optometrist. So that's a pretty cool thing that we offer. And then we also have the eyeglasses and the hearing aid drop-off bins. We do have one at the PAC.
We've got one at each of the optometrists in town. Central Market has one at the pharmacy, and I'm missing one, but I can't remember where it is. But they're around.
Yeah, so it does take hearing aids too. And the Detroit Lakes Club really gathers those, and they kind of clean them up and stuff, and then a lot of those do get shipped off to mostly third world countries that are willing to use them. So they kind of match people with the prescriptions. And then next we have hunger as our third pillar. We've done in the past, we're doing it again this year, the Feed My Starving Children, which we're pairing up with Jeans to do that. And then we did do a district-wide food packing event where we just packed a bunch of food in a box, different things, and then we were able to bring them back to our community, and we did donate those to the food shelf. So it was kind of a fun event to do. And then we are hoping to get involved in a community garden, which I know one is already kind of happening over by the food shelf. But the lady there is kind of wanting to hand that off to somebody. So we are kind of interested in taking that over and hoping to expand that as long we can keep it going and it's successful. So I think just having that availability for people to have access to fresh fruits and vegetables, and just really to get your hands in the dirt and kind of learn those, that skill, which I don't have. So lucky to really bad. And then we have environment. So we do have the plastic recycling bins at the PAC, and then at Central Market, we have one that we need, that's already ready for us. We need to find a place to put it, so,
If we have a public space that needs a bench, let us know.
yes.
We've got one.
And then we are hoping to plant trees. I know the park department was kind of going through, you know, picking out what kind of trees where they wanted, so we're ready to do that, when we're called on. And then also we have an international president for all of the Lions Club. Her name's Patty Hill, and she is really, her goal is to plant like, I forget how many millions of trees, this year, just the Lions Club. Really, I think there's a huge effort, I think worldwide, to plant more trees. So we definitely want to get involved with that. Another idea I had was just making bee houses, just to help with the environment, to have at gardens and places, and I'm hoping to try and sell them at the farmer's market. So, and then just DIY organic fertilizer, pesticide handouts, you know, you can make your own, you know, just for your home garden, just to kind of have that organic, you know, instead of those harmful chemicals. We have that at the home cabin show, I think, for people to take. And just for education too, you know, have some awareness out there. And then maybe a possible rain garden in the future, I kind of thought of, planting natural grasses, things like that, where it might be needed. And, adopt a highway. So we have that section kind of out of town, but we've been trying to clean it, but someone's been cleaning it for us every year. So I think this is the year. Someone thought it was still their highway, so yeah, so I think it's ours now. We're gonna start this spring. And then the last one is cancer. We've done Relay for Life in the past. We plan on doing that again. We are doing a bingo event to help raise money for Amber Shaw, who has cancer. I know there's been some other fundraisers maybe around town, but we are doing bingo to raise money for her, giving all the proceeds over to her. And that's going to be Saturday, April 20th, so here in a couple of weeks or so. And that's going to be at the Rocking Horse Cafe in Richville. So, and I believe it's from 4 to 7. So if you want to join us, you're very welcome to join us. And then, again, for cancer, you know, just having those healthy food options just to help prevent cancer, you know. So we have lots of other ideas too, but those are some things that we've done in the past, amongst other things, you know, fundraisers and such. But yeah, we are a very kid-friendly club. So if, you know, kids are welcome to come and we can have someone watch the kids for us, because I know it's hard when you do have kids to try and get that time away. And we do meet on Wednesdays, Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock, the first Wednesday of the month. And we chose Wednesdays because there aren't kids sports, so that you don't have to take that time away from the kids either. So again, we welcome anyone to join us anytime. Doesn't mean you have to be a member or anything, but just, you know, to get involved, you're welcome to join us. We are a mix of, you know, younger, older, men, women, so really anyone, you know, fits right in. And we're also open to new ideas, you know. We are a newer club, so it's not like we do things this way and, you know, it's this and this. We're very open to people have ideas and everyone really has a voice. So, does anyone have any questions or anything for us?
I'm curious how many members you do have.
About 15 right now.
Yeah.
15 right now. So we're definitely looking for more members.
Yeah, and you know, you don't have to be active like every month either. You know, if you're willing to do, you know, a couple events a year, or even if you just have experience and some knowledge to come to the meetings and help, you know, really anything is helpful. So, yeah. All right. Thank you.
All right, we have some new members this month. The first one was A to Z Vending. They were not able to be here, but they are going to have a ribbon cutting as soon as school is over. So what that company is, there's 2 little girls, their daughters. They, the parents are supporting the little girls, having their little company. They have little vending machines and the claw machine. So we currently have some in the pack. They're all over the place though. Their vending machines have the little candy in them, and all the profits they donate to I believe it's the Veterans Humane Society for puppies and kitties. So yep, so they donate all those profits, and then the claw machine is more of their business. So they give a little percentage back to PAC, for example, for us housing their machine. So it's kind of cute. The little girls came in, and they're the ones that proposed the idea. So the parents are really trying to train their kids how to be little entrepreneurs. So that's kind of exciting. She did not want to be here today. She hates public speaking, so she refused. And I said, that's totally fine. I will kind of give a heads up. The next one is Lakeland Lawn Services. Is he here today? I don't think I saw him. No. Okay, so that one, I apologize. That one is the green one up there. So he just does a bunch of lawn service work. Getting busy, obviously, now that it's starting to warm up. So he is a new member, so check him out. How about Brushmark Signs? Oh, that's the girl that doesn't want to speak. Okay. Brushmark Signs is the mom, yes. And they do like signage, make posters, banners, flyers, all that kind of stuff. So pretty big operation. How about tumbleweed? Do you want to talk to us today?
I didn't know it was a non-option.
It wasn't. We got ya. So come on up.
Alright. Good morning. We are Tumbleweed Designs. This is my business partner, Courtney. I have been doing interior design for about 18 years, and we've been together for a couple years now. So we just went off on our own again here. I used to own a business for 10 years, and now we just went off on our own. It's going to go on the year anniversary now. We're absolutely loving it. So we just kind of wanted to tell you about some of our services. We do primarily residential, but we do a little bit of commercial as well, but focused on residential. We do interior design, we do decorating, we do space plannings, a lot of renderings, exterior selections to some extent. We are pretty busy with the interior, so we don't do as much of the exterior selections, but a lot of people do kind of struggle with that, and they want help on advising where to put boarding that, and then what color shingles to do, and windows, and door side, gable sizes, and such. So, yes, a lot of material selections. That's a big one for us. So when people are building a new home, we go through and we pick up all their flooring, their countertops, backsplashes, light fixtures, so that it all flows together. That is a pretty big deal now. I think everybody gets really overwhelmed because Pinterest is out there. That's something I never had for the first 10 years of my career. Everybody has it at their fingertips, so it's almost overwhelming to them that they think they can pull it together, and then they get to the actual project and they're like, holy crap, I don't know what I'm doing. It's pieced together. It's just not pulling together in a smooth way. So that's where we help assist them try to take that weight off their shoulders. So yeah, I'm going to let, you want to put to the next board? We do start our process with a consultation. That's a pretty basic meeting. We go about an hour and a half. There's usually both of us at the consult. We get to know your style, get to see what your budget is, see the parameter of your project, talk about some of the details of what's to come. And then from there, we get you set up with the owner portal, which I'm going to have Courtney talk about.
Yeah, so when you're building a new house or having a remodel or all those things, there's a lot of moving parts. So the biggest thing is that we want to stay in really good communication with our clients. And so our client portal is kind of where we do that. So we set you up on Pinterest, we can kind of see what you're looking at, what you're wanting to do. But then we actually have a really cool design software too, where it's just communication with us and our client, where we can put all of your selections so you have everything in one spot rather than having to text your designer at 8 o'clock at night and be like, shoot, I forgot that paint color, what was this? It's just a really good tool for us to stay in really good communication with them and keep everything super organized, and it's been a really big hit with our clients. So, and they really seem to enjoy that.
Yeah, all of our contractors really seem to like that too, because you can go into the portal, you can just log in with your email, and then the communication tool with us, we can share it with your contractor or some of your subs if you want them to have access to that. So you can say, you can see the light pictures we picked out for your dining room, and then they can say, okay, thumbs up on that, yes, please order. You can see the measurements, the pricing, everything right there with the visual of the picture, and then they can do thumbs down if they don't call to say, hey, we can't make it, or communication just in general is really lacking in our, our area too. So that's something that I think we're really trying to stand out in the crowd in that way. And order installation, we help you with the whole process from start to finish. We're doing a project right now that is, the client has done there maybe 4 or 5 times. He's from the cities and he's not even, haven't seen his house. So we're ready to put big reveal. We're going to furnish the entire thing. We picked out exterior every decision, interior every decision.
Down to every single furnishing, rug, light fixture, everything. It's gonna be a total surprise when you walk in,
So yeah, we're excited about that one. And then there's some testimonials. Like I said, I've been doing this for about 18 years. So first I had fun. Like my old business, I have clients coming back from 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and we walk in and it's my favorite thing. Nothing has changed from when I did it 12 years ago. So I'm really excited to see that now we're gonna update it again, but it's been a good 12 years and we're circling back to clients from that long ago. So that to me is a big compliment. I really appreciate the continued business. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I would highly recommend definitely check out our website. Veta Marketing will be speaking next. Did our beautiful website. Tons of people are like, I just love to just go on and check out all your before and after photos and stuff. So they did an excellent job. They'll be speaking next. So yeah, go check it out. TumbleweedDesignsLLC.com. So thank you guys.
Yes, thank you.
All right, the boys from Veta Marketing are here. You guys want to come share what you got going on? All right.
Morning, guys. I'm Brady Glorvigan, and this is my business partner, Jackson Bain. We co-founded Veta a little over a year ago in January of 2023. We're high school students here at Perham. I'm 18, he's 17, and we don't have a slideshow or anything. We're just going to be really brief and kind of give you an explanation of what we do for services and stuff like that. So we are a little over a year old, probably around half a year ago. We were kind of your end-to-end marketing business, but we've really honed in on 2 services in these past half year that we've really just hammered home on, and that is our website building and our meta ad services. And then I'm going to let Jackson go into detail about those for you guys.
Yeah, so as Danielle mentioned, we did their website. They were actually our first website built last year. Since then, we've probably done 8, 9, 10, somewhere in their websites, and then we also do the Meta ads. So Meta is the parent company of like Facebook and Instagram, so we run ads on both of those platforms. We've also been dabbling in TikTok a little bit. We're running Kalen's TikTok project. So other than that, we kind of do some other like niche marketing things, but we usually stick to like those 3 main areas. So yeah, that's about all we got for you guys. If you have any questions or anything, you just want to talk about some of the newer marketing techniques like TikTok, you can give us a call or get in touch with us as well.
Yeah, and then we're at vetamarketing.com as well. So. Yeah.
All right, and then we have Perm Pressure Washing. This is also a new business. So welcome.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Kyle. Me and my family moved to Perham 2017, and 2018 is when I started getting serious about my life. I got sober, so I've been sober 6 years now. I'm going to be, so I worked here in Perham at Rewind for a couple years, just kind of giving back in that sense, and really enjoyed that community there, and just being able to help the guys, go through that same process of recovery. Coming out of there, my wife we just had another baby, so she's been at home, so I've been thinking, all right, this ain't really cut it for me. I got to kind of up my income here, and even though I enjoy that work, I need to figure out something to just bring more of an income for our family, and also wanted to give back to the community and be able to help these guys too, because there's a lot of guys coming through Rewind there. And being able to have like a service type work, I could go by there. When I was working there, there's lots of people coming by looking for work, for the day or whatever. And just being able to mentor some of these guys, just coming in there, hey, look, I'm looking for work. I know the counselor there, all the counselors and stuff. So I could find some guys that are actually serious about recovery and wanting to kind of further their careers or just their life in general. And kind of starting off in Perham, it's kind of hard for those guys when they get out and trying to find housing and all that kind of stuff. So just knowing a lot of that, I know that with Perm Pressure Washing, I'll be able to help them out. I chose the name Perham Pressure Washing just because I believe, being here for the 6-7 years that I've been here is, Perham is its own brand. Everybody start here and they grow a big company, and we got a lot of big manufacturing companies. So I thought that was really cool. So yeah, that's what I went with. And then I do have a little bit of slides on there if you want to. Maybe. No slides, okay. So I got a couple pictures. If you go on my website, PerhamPressureWashing.com. Actually, it's PerhamPW.com. It's a little bit shorter, so you don't have to spell it all out. But if you Google Perham Pressure Washing, it should come up. You can see some pictures and stuff on there, and kind of just the services that we do. I'm trying to focus more on commercial type work right now. I want to talk to a lot of the business owners down Main Street here. There's a lot of cleaning that needs to be done, a lot of algae buildup on a lot of the awnings, the little canopies on the outside, sidewalks, everything was really dirty. Just needs to have a good cleaning. And I know that springtime and throughout the summer, it's a really big place here. This place is really booming and people in and out, and I think that's kind of what everybody's waiting for. The community waiting for that springtime, waiting for people to come in and start shopping and having fun. So just cleaning up some of the stores. I've talked to some of the guys already that need a little bit of work done, and just waiting for the weather. The weather's almost here to start doing all that. And yeah, I do have my equipment. I do have a pretty good sized trailer. I got a 9-gallon-a-minute pressure washer with the hot water pressure washer as well. And a soft wash system, 11-gallon-a-minute soft wash system. So I could really tackle some jobs pretty quick. So if storefronts and stuff like that, once they close down, I could knock those out pretty quick. So kind of in and out, you never know I'm there, but the next day you come in, it'd be shining and looking a lot better than it was the day before. And then residential, we do residential as well. I know there's a lot of lake homes around here, and just with our weather, the humidity and just all the trees and everything that we have going on, there's just a lot of algae buildup on more so the north side of the home. You'll be able to see it if you walk around your home and look on the north side. You'll probably see a little bit more going on than the other sides of your home. But yeah, we take care of all that, and just looking to just put some more roots in town here and just kind of help out and get to know people and do something here. So that's it.
We apologize for getting those pictures. So what's your website one more time? Perham PW?
Yeah, PerhamPW.com.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so next up we have Nick Leonard from East Silent Lake Resort. It's almost resort season.
Almost. Can you go to the website or not? I know, I apologize. She told me to send her slides, and I didn't. My name's Nick Leonard. Nice seeing everybody this morning. I get to wear my East Silent Resort hat. So, East Silent Resort, our family's owned it for about 18 years. It was established in 1915 by a German minister named Charles Bublitz. And so, I'll have several conversations this year with people from the area. They'll come out to the resort and they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, never knew you were even out here." And my response is usually, "Yeah, you've only had 110 years to find it." But I shouldn't feel that way. It's really our responsibility to let people know about the resort and about the amenities that we have out there. And one of the reasons, if you go to the ownership real quick, and then go down to tomorrow's vision. Thank you. And if you see those little girls in that torpedo, that's like a 15-year-old photo. Those kids are all in college now, which blows my mind. And if you scroll down now and then click on that far left photo. Thank you. There we go. So one of the reasons I wanted to just, is because I'm sick of people saying we didn't know you were out here. And so we have to do a better job as a family letting people know that yes, East Silent Resort does exist. We are one of still a handful of resorts. In the mid-'80s, there was 140 resorts in Otter Tail County. We're down to less than 7. As a kid who grew up in Iowa without water and without a boat, I can't tell you how important these resort experiences are for families, especially those families from waterless communities like Iowa and Nebraska, right, South Dakota. And so one of the things we've said as a family when we bought it is that we're always going to work really, really hard to make sure that there's what we call transient opportunities, those weekend, weekly opportunities for families who aren't ever going to be fortunate enough to own their own lake place, or maybe they live too far away. So making sure that we stay a family resort for the general public is a priority. But the other thing that we've gotten into is called fractional ownership. And we're really, it's an idea that grew out of Colorado ski resorts. We saw it really take off in the Duluth area. And we looked at it and we said, you know what, this might be a model that works for our property. And so several years ago, we kicked it off with our first, we've done 7 buildings so far, or 7 vacation homes. And fractional ownership is really this idea that a lot of people will say to me, is it kind of like a timeshare? Yes, except it's deeded property. And here's how I describe it to people. We build a cabin, usually a 3-bedroom, 3-bath cabin, and we divide it fractionally, 4 quarters, and we sell it to 4 different families. Each family has 25% use. We've built out a calendar well in advance. They know exactly what their use period is, so when they buy it, they know that every year I get 13 weeks of use. And so I explain it to people this way. It's no different than you buying a cabin with your 3 best friends, but I've just legally protected you from your 3 best friends. Because the other thing I hear all the time is, oh yeah, we used to own a cabin with so-and-so. That didn't end up so well because they never mowed the lawn or they never did this. So what we've done is we've started with, you can't see it, but if the picture were to keep going that way, we started with 3 units over there, and then we added 4 units here. And what we did is we've slowly started building these fractional units as a way to continue to grow the resort and to grow the resort amenities. And so what we're getting ready, we're really excited this fall. Paddock Construction, we're very, very fortunate to have wonderful local contractors from the Perham community who are going to be getting started on construction this year. And so our redevelopment this year is going to do 2 things. One is it's going to create 4, we're going to get started on these first 4 new vacation homes on the lake shore. Right there, you got it. Yep, we're going to get started on construction on those. So we're going to be 4 new, 2 of them will be 2,500 square foot, 3-bedroom, 3-bath. The other 2 are going to be 2,000 square foot, 3-bedroom, 3-bath. Simultaneously, we're going to be taking some of our original cabins, these 1950s, 1960s era, 450 square foot cabins. They're at a point where we just really need to make some decisions about, are they going away or are we going to reinvest in them? And actually what we're doing is on this, towards that way, all the way to the end of the picture, we're redeveloping an area that's currently open space, and we're redeveloping it. It is an area called O'Haver Village. O'Haver was one of the original owners who built all these. Mrs. O'Haver, really quick story, Mrs. O'Haver was ahead of her time as a businesswoman. She was the person that put all of these cabins up in the 50s and 60s. And the story about her was she'd sit on a 5-gallon pail and literally watch them lay the block to make sure that these cabins met her, met her specificity. The other thing about Mrs. O'Haver is her husband loved to fish. And I see Jean's is here. Dennis and Jean Johnson were the very first family, and Dennis Johnson tells a story about how he was the first person to water ski on East Silent Lake. And this was a fishing camp, right? Like, they didn't allow kids. This was a fishing camp. And Dennis Johnson tells a story about how he was water skiing across East Silent Lake, and all of a sudden he sees something happening behind him. And it's Mr. O'Haver shooting at him to send a message that this is a fishing lake. And Dennis always ends that story by saying, fortunately it was Mr. O'Haver, because if it was Mrs. O'Haver, she would have hit me. So So I just wanted to let everybody know we're really excited about, A, that we're preserving these cabins that the O'Havers started in the 1950s and 60s for another 110 years, hopefully. We're going to be starting construction on these. We've already started, we pre-sell, so we've already got several sales in these. But again, if you know people that are interested in fractional ownership or want to learn more about them, certainly have them reach out to me. The other thing that I always want to point out is, because a lot of people don't realize it, is that we hold lots of events, meetings, retreats. My sister-in-law is a really, really, really talented organizational psychologist. So we do a ton of groups, everything she does, DISC, Myers-Briggs, Strength Finders. What's the new one she told me about? It didn't fit me. Working Genius. John, you and I were not allowed in that group. So she does all these, and we do it a lot for groups from all over, frankly, the Midwest. But I also want to make sure that people know that we're certainly here as a resource for our local community as well. And then last thing, I know lots of folks get in a bind looking for temporary housing, whether it's for nurses or for contractors that they have coming up. And we help fill that role a lot, especially in the off-season. So I'll stop. We've got to save time for John later. I know he's got a Nick. They have a lot to get to. But any questions before but I can hang around and answer questions as well.
Restaurants still open, and what are the days and hours?
You know what, Chuck? The best thing that happened from COVID, from my opinion, was that it allowed us to get out of the restaurant business. Anybody that can run a restaurant and keep it open, you are better than I, because we are open. We have beer, we have wine, we have pizza, we have ice cream. I don't know outside of that what people could want, but so yes, all summer long you can get those things along with an assortment of candy. And what you won't appreciate is even in all of our candy comes from Goose Gang, including, which several guests were not very impressed by, and I need to talk to our friends at Goose Gang, candy cigarettes. My kids love them. I don't know what that says about my kids, but we're open, but we're down to the staples, the really important stuff. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, thanks.
Okay, next up is just a quick run through for summer activities this year for the youth. The PAC is running summer youth. We have all the youth baseball programs, so starting kindergarten all the way to 11th grade. Then there's softball, starting 2nd grade to 8th grade. Soccer, so 4 to 5, and then beginning soccer, so only up, and intermediate, so up to 5th grade. There's tennis, and new this year is pickleball, so 3rd through 8th graders. And that will take place, I believe, inside, so that way we don't have to deal with weather. And then flag football, and that one's huge already. Lots of sign-ups, and that's just going to be on Fridays. So that one's new as well, and that's led by Coach, is it Hein? Yes. So he's pretty excited about that. So that's new. And then the other new one are the Summer Rec Kids Camps, and those are for toddlers, pre-K, and kindergarten. And those are just 2-hour camps and take place at the PAC, and they'll do like 15-minute rotations throughout the building and outside. So outside activities will be, exercise, bubbles, parachutes, that kind of thing. Inside activities, we have the blow-up, of course, the gymnasiums, some skating, maybe, stuff like that. But every week there's going to be a different theme, so that one will be pretty exciting too. So all of June and July, so 7 weeks total. Out at the golf course, I believe, right? No? You don't have that one? Okay, sorry. The golf course is also having youth golf lessons. So that's pretty exciting as well. So make sure to get your kiddos signed up, and lots of things to do this summer. So that's all I got for that. Quickly, the chamber, we kind of want to introduce, do you want to talk about our shirts? And I'll show them. What's the theme this year?
So this year is the 40th year of Turtle Fest. So we're bringing it back to 1984.
So you got the backwards hats.
So you'll see a lot of paint, splatter, colorful stuff. So we have, these are the adult colors And then we don't have the youth colors yet, but they're gonna be neon pink and neon blue. And then the toddler colors are the pink and the blue. Because they don't make all the colors in toddler sizes, which is really
But
important.
Sheldon is pretty cute this year.
Yep, always
Pretty good.
working on updating Sheldon.
Yes.
You should see in there, that's just 4-color Sheldon. Multicolor Sheldon is,
It's pretty cool.
it's real good. Yep.
So we're getting those t-shirts hopefully soon, and then that'll complete the theme this year. So we are having races, dependent on road construction, obviously. Hopefully they're gonna get started here pretty soon, which is exciting. These guys will give a little update about that. But as soon as they're done, we'll start the races. And we do plan on having them here in Turtle Park. And the streets will be dirt and stuff like that, but whatever. We go with the
Workable
flow.
and passable
Yeah.
and
It'll be good.
whatever.
We're excited. So turtle races are on. So I know that was a question, but can't give those up. It's pearl, right?
We're not messing with the shirt.
So city updates, if you guys are ready.
Maybe.
John, you just gonna, I'm like, John? And then,
I actually don't have anything written, this is just the agenda, so. No, last night, yeah, last night at the council meeting, Jay did give an update on the Main Street project, so, quick note version. We did get our contractor signed, I think he got the contract back from them yesterday. So we're set to go with R.L. Larson, the contractor out of St. Cloud, that's gonna be handling our Main Street. They're also the contractor that's doing Prairie's Edge currently, and they're the contractor that did Westwood 4. So they do a lot of work here in town. They're a very good contractor. We're very happy.
and
that they-
Main Street.
Yeah,
They did Main Street actually last time back in '96, so.
yeah. They've still got guys
They're
in their
experienced.
crew that were in the hole when they were doing the pipes and stuff. So Jake said, did he tell you the story? One of them, because this used to be a liquor store, he said under the fire hydrant in front of Jean's, there's 2 cases of empty cans. So we'll see if they find them. Anyway, so guys with experience, specifically experience here in town, so that's awesome. It sounds like,
Then we got our, yeah, the schedule, is that?
yeah, you go.
So we have actually a pre-construction meeting today where we'll talk about this first phase of the project. They have a fairly ambitious schedule, which is great. For this, so again, this first phase is from First Avenue, so the lights, the east side of that all the way to Fourth Avenue East. So a good section here that'll be tore up with some underground work. They're hoping to start as early as next week with some of the, basically the stripping of the asphalt and taking down some of those amenities. So that'll be closed off, limited traffic, limited availability. But with that is the hope that they're done by that early June date, so that first or second week in June, so that we can get this back opened up. The goal is, based off of the paving and where that goes, is actually the first 2 lifts of asphalt will be down for that. That's the ambitious schedule right now. Again, that we all know what weather does and how things change, but that's our hope, is at least to have the first 2 lifts of asphalt down, the sidewalks done, all of that. We'll also have a new ring for the turtle races. We're going to do a colored concrete versus the pavers, so we'll freshen that up. It'll match kind of what we're doing with the sidewalk themes as well.
So when it rains, you won't have to stand in a puddle.
Correct.
Yeah, we can do that.
So we'll know more actually later this morning on what that schedule is going to look like. We are also updating the chamber website, which has a site dedicated to the project and all of those great updates. So that'll be updated hopefully at the end of this week with kind of that schedule and where we're hoping to go with that. As the project starts, we'll have contractor meetings weekly. We'll do Friday updates. Mr. Burby will send out basically a PDF update. And then Monday mornings, we're going to do a 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Just kind of meet and greets, updates, schedule, kind of what's planned for that week. We're going to host that at Lakes Cafe in their back room. So 7:30 to 8:30 every Monday, starting on the 22nd of this month. Somebody will be there to give an update related to what's happening that week for the Main Street project. So everything we can do to kind of be out there, be aware, answer questions for anybody that it's impacting or has anything going on.
all of Jade's weekly updates will be on the website.
Yeah, perfect.
Whatever I did.
Let me see that.
No, that was
I think that's the Main Street project. If there's any questions, concerns, anybody overly anxious for this to happen? Okay. The other thing quick that I want to mention, and I'm hoping, I just thought about this morning, but I'm hoping next month at Power Hour we can get the gals from Project 412. So Project 412 is an organization out of Detroit Lakes. They do, how did she explain it?
They're a place-making, entrepreneurship, economic development kind of events group.
Right.
They do all kinds of stuff just to make their home, which is DL, a better place.
Yes. So they're working on a project, kind of a more regional-based project with a artist out of Denmark. He does, he's a recycled artist, is what they are calling him. He builds these 20 to 40-foot trolls out of recycled materials, and basically each troll has a story, identifies with this. But new to this is going to be these portals. So each troll has a story. I think they're doing 6 total in the Detroit Lakes Frazee area. You probably know more about it. I've heard portals. And they're going to do these, all these trolls with all these stories, or different stories, or maybe they all combine. They're not really sure how that's going to go. But we're going to be a portal to that. So we'll have a piece of the troll or some segue into the larger scope of what this troll story is. And they're actually going to attach it to City Hall, actually right behind me. So it's overlooking City Hall Park or the Turtle Race Park. And so there'll be a placard with a story that relates to that people can follow and go find the next troll and just develop that story. So it's almost like a traveling art story that they're working on. So maybe, hopefully, they can be here next month. I know they want to get kicked off and started in May with some of that construction and stuff like that. So pretty cool deal. We're fortunate that they thought of us and included us. They're also going to do another one of these portals in Fargo, in Roberts Alley, so the new developed Roberts Alley in downtown Fargo. So they're kind of reaching those places that they know they can draw people. So,
If you're interested in learning more about the troll thing, those of you familiar with CBS Sunday Morning, they actually did a segment on this guy and his art installation out in Washington 3-4 weeks ago. So if you YouTube CBS Sunday Morning trolls, there's a whole segment on this guy.
Dunbeck? What is it? Thomas Dunbeck?
Thomas
Dunbeck?
Yeah,
Something. He's from Denver.
it's really cool.
All right. Anything else? You good?
That's all I have.
Yeah.
We do have to sing Nick.
Oh, no.
Oh, hey. Happy birthday, Jack. Happy birthday, dude.
Ready? On 3, 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nick. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
All right, we got some things to give away. Some fun prizes. Yes. Oh, yes. Anyone have any updates they want to share? Yeah.
You want me to come up there?
Sure. Come on up. Yes, absolutely.
So good morning, my name is Brenda Thompson and I'm the Senior District Executive for Scouting in the area. Couple of things, I realize this is not Perham, but I'm going to talk about it because people in Perham may know people in Fergus Falls. So we have just started a fire exploring post in Fergus Falls, and it's where the kids get to learn all different kinds of skills. It's not necessarily tied to becoming a firefighter. So they had a meeting last night and they learned all about the chemistry of a fire. So it was pretty cool. I was there. The kids had a great time. If you know anybody who's interested, it's 14 to 18-year-olds, boys and girls. And then the other thing is Earth Day is coming up. So scouting is all about conservation. We do good turns in our communities. There's service projects. We do ditch cleaning. We do all kinds of fun things. And so I brought you an activity because scouting is all about activities. So I have these little cards that it's an Earth Day scavenger hunt, and on the back are different ways that you can participate in Earth Day every day. So,
Thank you. Anyone else have any updates they want to share?
Yeah, I'd like to
Yeah,
start.
go for it.
I'm Shiloh from Magnified Financial Credit Union in town,
is one large pizza from Zorba.
Jackson Bain.